Hello and welcome to Halaat Hazra Updates. Halaat Hazra Updates में खुश आमदीद. As you know, today's video is being based upon the ancient and archaeological discoveries that happened in the 21st century. So it will be an honor of joy for those individuals who loves archaeology and who loves history. So before starting the video, let us discuss a bit more about the kind of archaeology we used to be studying in this video. The ancient world was fascinating, different, and almost completely lost by thanks to the modern science and archaeological teachings. People have managed to discover many great things from the past. These discoveries have opened gates to the understanding of the past of the earth, flora and fauna, and even space. Historians and researchers spent decades trying to study, evacuate, and undiscover the lost artifacts, scripts, and even cities that were considered lost or simply a myth. Archaeological discoveries are one of the most labor, tech, and finance intensive projects, but despite the shortcomings, many things have been unearthed. So before starting the video, I would like you to please watch the complete video, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get notified for my upcoming videos. So here, let's get started with it. Number 10. Dead Sea Scrolls. Dead Sea Scrolls are one of the most important and religious find of the 20th century. They refer to the ancient Jewish manuscripts found in about 11 Qumran caves near the Dead Sea. The scrolls are written in Hebrew and have both biblical and non-biblical material. The discovery of these scrolls had one of the biggest media coverage during the mid-20th century. These scrolls had 19 copies of the book of Isaiah, 25 copies of Deuteronomy, and 30 copies of Psalms. Moreover, the scrolls are the oldest group of Old Testament manuscripts even found, making it one of the most important and biggest religious discovery of the modern times. Number 9. Nazca Lines. The Nazca Desert Lines refer to the series of large ancient geolamps in the Nazca Desert in Peru. The Nazca people created the lines supposedly between 500 BC and 500 AD by the careful removal of the reddish iron oxide pebbles that make up the desert surface. The geoliths depict animal along with the geometrical and humanoid figure covering an area of nearly 1,000 square kilometers. The first report of discovery of the Nazca Lines was during the earlier 20th century when planes were flying over the area. Archaeologists discovered intricate geometric designs suggesting that Nazca might be one of the earliest examples of applied geometry. The purpose of these lines are still not understood. Some claim that they were made as a ritual, while some suggest the involvement of scientific study among the Nazca people. Number 8. The Library of Ashurbani. The Royal Library of Ashurbani refers to the collection of tablets and fragments containing texts from the 7th century in the name of after Ashurbanipal, the last great king of New Assyrian Empire. The library discovered is a topic of debate, but it's mainly credited to Austin H. Lerart. Considered the oldest surviving library, it holds around 30,000 cuneiform tablets. It holds the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is now considered the oldest literary work. Archaeology believes that Ashurbanipal library inspired the idea behind the Library of Alexandria and many other famous ancient libraries. 7th. The Rosetta Stone. The Rosetta Stone refers to a part of large stone tablet with hieroglyphs which was discovered by French soldiers during the French occupation in Egypt in 1799. The stone provided the key to the deciphering hieroglyphs, the ancient Egyptian script that had confused scholars for centuries. The stone features not one but three different sculptures: hieroglyphs, the sacred script of empire, Egyptian Demotic, and the common language is the Greek, and the official language under Macedonian ruled empire, Egypt. The stone is considered one of the most important archaeological discoveries, and it is prized as the greatest translation tool for the in-depth understanding of hieroglyphs. Number 6. Terracotta Army. In 1974, while digging a water well, Chinese farmers discovered the Terracotta Army of China in Lintong district, Xiong, Shenzhou province. It depicts the army of King Shui Huang, the first emperor of China, and dates back to the 3rd century BC. Archaeologists discovered three day pits containing the Terracotta Army that held more than 8,000 soldiers, 130 chariots with 520 horses, and 150 cavalry horses. Most of them were placed near King Shui Hong's mausoleum. The army was built and eventually buried along with the emperor in 210 to 209 BC to protect him after his death. Number 5. Muai. Raganui, popularly known as the Eastern Island houses the infamous giant human heads monoliths called the Moai. While the iconic image of the giant heads are known all over the world, archaeologists have also discovered the bodies associated with the heads. They were found interesting discoveries that further the knowledge of the Eastern Island civilization and culture. The Rapa Nui people carved the monoliths between 1250 and 500 AD. However, the Western world only discovered it during the 1700s. Gradually, after the discovery, archaeologists took 9 years to study and uncover over 1,000 statues within the islands. Number 4. Pompeii. The legendary city of Pompeii is one of the biggest success stories of archaeology. Having evacuated an entire city under the volcanic ash, the discovery of Pompeii was a worldwide sensation. The city was buried under meters of ashes and pumice after the catastrophic eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. Until its initial rediscovery in 1599, the site was considered to be lost for about 1500 years. Almost after 150 years later, 1748, a broader rediscovery by Spanish engineer Roque Jacques de Aquibidi undiscovered the city to the world. Pompeii is UNESCO's World Heritage Site and garners over 2.5 million tourists to Italy from all over the world. Number 3. Tomb of Tutankhamun. In 1907, American lawyer Theodore M. Davis discovered some funerary artifacts with Tutankhamun's names on them. He suggested an archaeological dig within the area but failed to find his tomb. Despite the failure, a different group of researchers went to evacuate the nearly intact tomb of Tutankhamun in 1922. The discovery caused one of the biggest media sensations in history. King Tut's artifacts masks were made iconic symbols of Egypt itself. Moreover, the various deaths linked to those who tried to evacuate his tomb before he has been attributed to the curse of the pharaohs. His mummy, along with his art, jewelry, clothing, and artifacts, have been featured in various museums all over the world and have spiked a worldwide interest in ancient Egyptian culture. Number 2. Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu is one of the most important and well-recognized images in the world. It is in Peru, most popular tourist site and most familiar icon of the Inca civilization. Archaeologists believe that Machu Picchu was considered as an estate for the Inca Empire Pachacuti, who regenerated from 1438 to 1472. The incidental discovery was led by Hiram Bingham in 1912. He had arranged for an expedition to discover the capital of Inca Empire, and eventually happened to discover the Machu Picchu after taking to the local farmers. The discovery prompted archaeologists, historians to further refine their studies on the Inca culture and its civilization. The number one is Troy. Everyone knows the movie Troy, and here is legends belong from. The legend of Troy, especially the Trojan War, is one of the most memorable tales ever told. The ancient city was long believed to be a myth until archaeological digs by Frank Calvert excavated trenches in the field within the city of Hazra in modern-day Turkey. Following his steps, in 1868, German-American adventurer Heinrich Schumann funded a dig to discover the city. The discovery of Troy was particularly difficult because of the outdated technology and scattered information leading many to question its existence. The city has been the center of various Greek literary work like Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. Its discovery is considered as the biggest archaeological dig in history and is listed as the World Heritage Site by UNESCO. So folks, that's all from my side. I hope you all liked the video, and if you liked that video, so please subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon to get notified for my upcoming videos. Please support me in the cause so that I'll keep on sharing some more informative and new information with you guys. See you in the next video. Take care. Goodbye.